Yo guys, what's up? This is Toby aka Demolite and welcome back to another tutorial on this channel. I decided to ditch the face cam because it just takes up a lot of space and can see more this way. Okay, I've been asked to make a tutorial on how to apply reverbs properly. I'll be doing this tutorial in Ableton. However, I do not mix my stuff in Ableton. I mix all my tracks in Logic Pro. So basically that's how I mix down my tracks. I export all the stems, load them up into Logic, and then I'll do all the mix down in Logic itself. Because the mixer is just a lot nicer to handle. Most important thing is that you make send channels for your reverbs. Why? Because that way you will have a channel that plays your lead as it is, plus a channel that plays only the reverb. That is important to be able to adjust the reverb and loudness and also add sidechain and stuff to it, so that way the reverb sounds clean. So what you want to do is right click, insert two return tracks, if there aren't any already, and then apply your favorite reverb. What I do for leads is I use Valhalla Shimmer for lead sounds that need to have a really wide reverb. These are the settings. You can copy them out of the video, because if you use it as a 64-bit audio unit version, you will not have any access to the presets in Ableton itself. So, start off with the Supersaw back layer of Chronicles, my latest release, which is out tomorrow. This is how it sounds dry. So what I want to do for the back layer is I want to lower the volume of the entire mix of that lead, and I just want to bring up the reverb. You can either do that on the right here if you have enabled the returns in the view drop down section, or you press tab to get to the mixer menu and then you turn up the send over there. What I generally like to do with background playing leads or record leads that are in the background, I like to turn up the reverb very high so that they tend to sound really wide, and turn them down in the mix so they just fill up the background of the stereo space. And that sounds like this. Basically, it's a really wide, really dreamy sounding reverb. And, well, for the level, anything between, say, -10 and -5 on send sounds good for that purpose. Okay, now, how do I apply reverb on my major leads? So that one plays in the foreground of the mix, and if I apply the same reverb, it's just going to be body sounding, and it's going to drown out with the other reverb and the other lead. Sound like this. And I want the lead sound to stand out way more. So we're going to send this to a different reverb channel. You can do this on the same channel, but I wouldn't recommend it, because what we are going to do, we're going to load a compressor into the second reverb channel. I'm just going to call that reverb sidechain, because that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to sidechain this reverb with the signal from this lead channel. So right now it sounds like this. Where the reverb is so long that it kind of mashes up with the sound of the lead itself. So we're going to click this little triangle here and activate the sidechain mode. We're going to select audio from our second audio channel, which is, in this case, the square lead. Normally I would have these ones named, so you want to pick the one of the lead that you want to sidechain. Okay, so now we're going to bring this down about, I don't know, maybe -25. You'll have to play around with the settings. What we want to do is we want to turn down the release to about 20, so that when the sound stops playing, that the reverb comes back in quite fast. Let's turn this down to -50. So basically, when the lead is playing, you will not hear the reverb as much as when the lead is not playing. So basically, in the break, it sounds like this. Now, this is a really harsh effect, and that's maybe a bit too much. So we're going to turn that to -40. That the reverb only comes through in the parts where the lead is not playing. There you have it. That's basically how I apply reverb to my lead sounds. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Send me a message on my Facebook, my artist Facebook. I usually reply within 1 or 2 days, depending on when I read it. Hope you enjoyed this week's short tutorial, and I hope you learned something that will help you improve your mix.